Shh, here it comes. Surprise! The people above your catering business are doing major construction, and the drilling is only during business hours. It's so loud.
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money, getting personalized discounts on a commercial auto quote with Progressive.
Also, that isn't powdered sugar on the floor. It's plaster from your ceiling.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
iHeart is America's #1 podcast network. Open the free iHeart app and explore podcasts like this.
So, Matt, you write a newsletter. It's called Money Stuff.
People frequently say to me, I enjoy your newsletter, but I'd like to hear you say it into my ear. And I say, that would take a long time. But what we could do instead is I could chat about my newsletter with my good friend Katie.
When it comes to money stuff, you write about a range of topics. What range of topics might we expect in the podcast version?
A smaller range.
Right. We only have 30 minutes.
And in that time, we will talk about weird stories from the world of finance that somehow illuminate or say something interesting about how finance works. Like money stuff.
All the money stuff.
All the stuff.
Yeah. We will be talking about ETFs, the world of investing. That's what I like to talk about. We'll probably talk about horses and dressage a fair amount.
Horses and dressage will come up more here than they do in the Money Stuff newsletter. And, we'll talk to people. Maybe we'll have some guests on and we'll answer some reader questions if you have any. I'm Matt Levine, the Money Stuff columnist at Bloomberg Opinion.
And I'm Katie Greifeld. I'm a reporter and an anchor with Bloomberg News.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and listen now.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeart Radio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Good morning, Austin, Pflugerville, H-Town, K-Town, Pearland, Mo City, El Paso,
San Antonio, and Silsbee, Texas,
or wherever you may be listening. This is a Longhorns Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone. Texas basketball learns its fate. We talk brackets as March Madness is upon us. Texas women get things started at home for their quest for the title. Texas softball and baseball have big weekends on the diamond. World's Baseball Classic was one for the ages, and the Oscars were full of sinners as teams are having one battle after another. You saw what I did there. I'm your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And we've got our guy Marcus behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Also, if you want to voice your opinion, leave us a message by using that talkback feature on the new and improved and always free iHeartRadio app. If it's good enough, you might even hear it on air. All right, Mark, let's get into it because this has been one of those seasons for Texas basketball, Texas men's basketball, where you look at it and you try to figure out, are you going to get in? We went from for sure a lock to are you on the bubble until now we're waiting on finding out if you are in. And if you are in, are you having to make that trip to Dayton? Well, Mark, we found out yesterday that, yes, Texas will be making that trip to Dayton. And it's going to be an interesting one because of the way that this was set up, that it's a rematch of a team that they played earlier in the season, which is very, very rare when you get into these situations.
Well, Hardge, I really did think that with all the things that happened this season, the quad wins that Texas deserved to get in. But when you look at the eyeball test over the last 10 games, they have made the kind of mistakes that you would look at and go, oh, they're regressing. There are other teams that are doing everything they can to get into the good graces, to get into the tournament, and actually winning games going in. And Texas is not. So they kind of hung on by the skin of their teeth, but they do deserve to get in. I remember saying this probably about a month, like not even a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. Texas has got all these quad one wins. It's almost going to be impossible to keep them out.
Very fair. Very fair. When you bring it up and you look at what they've been able to do, you are 100% correct on that point. The other point is they're not a team that you look at going into the playoffs or the March Madness. They're not trending in the right direction, and that is where people were wondering about that, which is why they're playing the 11-11 game tomorrow night, 8:15 Central Time on True TV. But you can hear all the action right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
That's right.
But Sean Miller was asked about it, and his opening statement, and I do want to say this, and I will say this publicly. I owe him an apology. And matter of fact, I owe you an apology as well, because at a certain point, there does come a time where enough is enough. And at that time, the way the team was rolling, I felt like Sean needed to do a little bit more, or his staff needed to do a little bit more. But sometimes, as I've said numerous times on this show, when does it start to be on the players? And after I've had some time away and thinking about what's going on, I do believe that sometimes those guys need to hold themselves accountable. They needed to feel that sense of urgency. And you said something to me the other day. You said, man, why does the coach have to tell you that you got to play hard? You should know that you got to play hard. And that's one of the things. I didn't feel that sense of urgency. But Sean met with the media yesterday, and here is his opening statement, because he is glad to be part of that tournament.
Well, it goes without saying we're thrilled to be a part of the NCAA tournament. Me personally, I never take that for granted, going back as far as when I played in college at the University of Pittsburgh. It's a moment like very few. It's just the culmination of so much hard work and handling adversity and triumph, and the togetherness that a long, grueling season can build. And, you hope that the reward at the end is having the opportunity to be a part of that field and advance and get that thrill, which is second to none in all of sports. So we're really excited about it. I think there's a little bit of irony in going back to UD Arena. I was there a year ago, not as the coach at Texas. And obviously Texas was there playing against us. So, I'll just say this. I think that familiarity can be helpful. Our guys have been in UD Arena. They've been in the city of Dayton, and they kind of know what this first four feels like. And obviously we're playing an opponent that we respect a great deal, but we've played each other this year. So I think there's familiarity on both sides. We've actually followed NC State very closely this year. I'm sure they did the same thing with us because that we've matched up earlier in the year.
And then one of the things too, I'm glad to say that he said that they are excited to be there. They were out there practicing, not knowing if they were going to get in there, but now you got to remove yourself from a couple of those games. You've had some time away, and now you get back to work. But he was asked if he was surprised that he was in the tournament after such a rough ending to the season.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm surprised at all that we got in. There's a lot of smart people that picked the field. There's no favors here. We've been the team that started out when we were 0-0 in Charlotte, North Carolina, playing Duke, and we started Tremont at the point. Kendall Weaver at the 2, Swain at the 3, Nick Cody at the 4, and Modest, who had not practiced in 4 weeks, at the 5. I look back on that. We had zero chance to win the game. That was our starting point. And I bring that up because there's been nothing easy for our team. Playing at UConn in a return game in early December, Virginia, who at the time when they played us here, you said, boy, Texas isn't very good. You're playing one of the top 9 teams in America, on our home court. So we know the schedule we played, and then obviously the SEC speaks for itself. We know what we're capable of. So surprised, hard earned, and very thrilling to be a part of this year's tournament. In terms of our level of play, I don't think it's as easy just to say that we haven't played well. We lost to Arkansas on senior night. I don't know very many teams that are going to go in there after Arkansas had lost by 50 points at Florida. And, you're playing them in their final home game. As you saw by today, Arkansas is, again, one of America's best teams. And then the last 2 games, I would just say this to you. It was very disappointing because I think with a win in either of those 2 outings, we clearly would have been in the tournament and probably a seed line higher. We knew that. And, when you lose on senior night to Oklahoma in overtime, the way the game felt, it's incredibly disappointing. But I wouldn't say we played bad in that game. There was a lot of good moments in the Oklahoma game. And then Ole Miss, obviously, the one part that I wish I could have done better, and we've talked a lot about it with our team, I felt when we entered the SEC tournament, we were still connected to the disappointment of our Oklahoma game. It felt like a 19th game in the SEC, and before you know it, you're down. The game doesn't feel right, and we were like playing in mud from the beginning, and I think that made it even more disappointing. Now, I'll say this. I've given Arkansas credit. Oklahoma and Ole Miss, we played them back-to-back. If you really follow what was going on closely, those 2 teams were playing about as well as anybody in America of these last 2 weeks. So, I think part of our finish doesn't have as much to do with us as the circumstances surrounding those 3 games. We've had a couple of really good practices. We've had some great meetings, and I think our team is really super excited about the opportunity to keep playing.
Hardge, that question was kind of loaded, though. They didn't say in the question, your team is not playing well. The question was phrased that, do you feel like you deserve to be in after playing so poorly? And for Sean Miller to keep his class and to be a consummate professional and answer the question the way that he did, I thought it took a lot of poise and strength, because when I heard the question, right away the hairs on the back of my neck stood up and I wanted to fight. I'm just saying. Like, don't tell me that I can you pointed the gun question at me.
Yeah.
That was tough. That was
Texas
hard. These are, at the end of the day, these are kids trying to get better, and we got to remember that.
Texas is in the March Madness. They play tomorrow night. They're dancing. All you want is an opportunity to dance. And another team that wanted an opportunity and they got it, and they get to have it at home, is the Texas women. They found out who they were facing and where it all could end up. And we'll talk about it in the next segment right here on the Longhorns Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on that iHeartRadio app.
Texas basketball is back on the hardwood, and AM 1300 The Zone is your home for every bucket. How about poke for 3? How about it? Every dunk. Now drives, baseline, goes up with a 2-handed jam. Oh, what a throwdown. Every heart-stopping moment. Come on, drives in, off the glass. Good. It's good. Here's Taylor, 2 seconds. Launches from midcourt. Off the rim, no good. Texas wins the game. All season long on The Zone.
Let's go.
Our iHeartRadio Music Awards are coming back Thursday, March 26th, live on Fox.
Watch as we honor the biggest stars from all genres of music that you loved listening to all year long on your favorite iHeartRadio station and the iHeartRadio app.
Hosted by Ludacris.
All right, are y'all ready to get started?
Don't miss our 2026 iHeartRadio Music Awards. Watch live on Fox Thursday, March 26th.
Starting at 7 p.m.
And listen on iHeartRadio stations across America and the free iHeart app.
Don't miss the 2026 iHeart Country Festival, Saturday, May 2nd at the Moody Center. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Stop and go traffic this morning on the northbound side of I-35. 10 minutes added to your commute from 45 to William Cannon, but other major highways aren't seeing slowdowns this morning. 290 westbound, only 5 minutes from I-35 to Mopac. Also a 5-minute drive on 183 southbound. You're issue-free from Mopac to I-35. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up at truegreen.com and get your first application for $9.95. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Let the pros do the work so you can enjoy your weekend. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you running for office and have a message you want every voter in your district to hear? Well, that's where radio comes in. Radio is your direct line to morning commuters, midday grinders, and late nighters. Radio puts your message right where your voters are. Plus, it's 1/10 the time and cost of video. Don't just campaign, connect with millions all over the country, even thousands in the smallest communities with radio. Be on the air in just 48 hours. Visit winwithiheart.com. That's winwithiheart.com.
Right now at Steel Round Rock GMC, the road to a new GMC has never been better. You get the Steel Standard, over $1,400 of protection for free, plus huge discounts, like $13,000 off 2026 GMC 1500s or $5,000 off 2026 GMC Canyons. We've also made it easier than ever to find a vehicle to fit your budget, like a 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 lease for just $249 a month, because everything we do is driven by you. Steel GMC in Round Rock. GMC, we are professional grade.
You'll use the radio in your car more than anything else. When buying a new car, make sure the AM/FM is simple, clear, and convenient.
For over 30 years, CertaPro Painters has been part of countless memories. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters, with care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home, beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
You know you need fiber for a healthy gut, but do you actually know how to get it? Quaker's been serving up fiber since 1877, with over 100 great-tasting, good source of fiber options to choose from. Whether you like old-fashioned oats, instant oatmeal, granola, or oatmeal squares, Quaker makes it delicious. So good. Get your fiber with Quaker. Shop Quaker's good source of fiber products at a store near you.
It's Matt and Bowen here from Las Culturistas. Celebrating 10 years of the podcast, we were joined by a very special guest, Nicole Kidman.
Download and listen on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations waiting for you to explore right now, like 24/7 comedy.
Men don't settle there. We surrender.
Women, we never express the emotions we're actually feeling, right? I'm fine means I'm about to stab you in the neck.
Clips from today's top comedians and the greatest of all time.
Donut hole. If you want a donut, have a donut. Why are you eating the hole?
When you need a laugh, just open the free iHeartRadio app and search comedy.
You can actually change the station.
iHeartRadio. Free never sounds so good.
We all use AI, but here, it never pretends it's real. AM 1300 The Zone. Guaranteed human.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. Mike Hardball, Hardge, WWE Hall of Famer and World's Strongest Man, the Mark Henry, and of course Marcus behind the boards. Coming up at 7:34, we will have conversation about Texas baseball as they had a big weekend. We'll finish out the show talking about Texas softball as they continue to run the diamond in the SEC. And of course, we got March Madness going wild. But right now, let's talk about Texas women's basketball team as they have been awarded a #1 seed. And that is the fun part about it, which means they will be hosting. That's right, hosting as they get ready to make this quest for the national championship. Mark, yesterday when the news came out, we knew that it was a matter of time for them to be able to be a host. We knew they were going to be at the top of it, especially winning the SEC tournament. But it was made official yesterday. Texas will be playing at home this Friday, and they will be playing the winner of the SFA Missouri State game, which will take place Wednesday night in the first four. That game will take place at the Moody Center. Texas will play that game at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which is awesome. I love that. I love the fact that they're going to be playing in the afternoon because there's obviously March Madness is a fun time. People are all over the place, but it is going to be a fun matchup for them. And before I let you respond to that, Mark, I wanted to make a correction on something too. Texas men's basketball will be played tomorrow night on 98.1 KVET, not on AM 1300 The Zone. Texas baseball will be played on AM 1300 The Zone as they host the Tarleton Texans. So I wanted to correct that. But talk about the Texas women and their quest to get to not only play here, and if they get through those first two rounds, they get to play in Fort Worth as well.
I think it's great, Hardge, to be able to not only be rewarded in a game to play at home in the playoffs, all the people that are fans of the University of Texas women's basketball team get to see them on that stage. And also go to Dallas, which is right up the street. I know it's 3 hours, but we say right up the street.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a large contingency of Longhorns that are going to be there. I can promise you that. I've already heard several people trying to make arrangements right now so they can get off from work and drive up to Dallas, and it's amazing. I love the excitement. So the women have done their deal. Now it's time to finish it out.
Yeah, and you know as well as I do, at the very beginning of it all, you try to take it all in, enjoy the moment. But they were asked yesterday because they had a watch party and it was exciting and everybody was excited about it. But they were asked about earning that #1 seed again, and now that the target that comes with it.
Just having that 1 seed by your name is more of an extra push. People want to beat you. People want to beat you in general. They want to get to the next round.
It's still a big deal. I know we've gotten the 1 seed quite some time while I've been here, but it is a big deal, and it's very motivating and inspiring for us to, own up to that 1 seed.
This is 3 years in a row now. They've been a 1 seed. So hard to do. We replaced 3 starters, 2 sophomores and a junior transfer. And they just keep doing it. They just keep winning.
And that's what it's all about. You got to keep winning.
Well, Coach Vic is that was probably about as calm as I've ever heard him.
Nothing's going on yet, Mark. He's resting.
He's calm. I think a lot of the reason that he's calm is because they're going to be home. Yeah. You know they're going to bring the effort. You see when they play at home, they turn it up. And being in Texas, I think, is going to be another reason for them to turn it up again. So it's like the whole world is laying out in their favor. It's just a matter of them being them, showing up, and going and doing what they were made to do. And that's win because they are winning.
Yeah, and looking at this team, there were some moments that coach questioned them. There were some moments where certain things weren't where they were supposed to be. They didn't get things done in a fashion in which Texas is used to playing. And Coach Vic mentioned that, was not happy about that. But one of the biggest things is Rory Harmon being the leader that she is. She wanted to challenge her team, and she challenged them on the defensive side of the ball.
And here lately, I think we've gotten better defensively. But it's basically because Rory Harmon stood up in film one day and said, hey, the standard here at Texas is 60 points or less. We're not living up to that standard. And I think since that day, we've been pretty solid defensively and played a lot harder.
That's awesome. I love it
Yep.
when one of the leaders do it, and it doesn't have to be the coach every time.
Yeah.
But that is that's kind of like par for the course when you talk about Rory Harmon and Madison Booker both being experienced, both being award winning, both being alpha leaders. They speak up. So Coach Vic has a wealth of riches as far as having people step up and be leaders on his team.
Well, and it also goes back to what is the one thing that Rory is missing? A championship.
Yeah.
A national championship. If Texas can win a national championship, do you understand the ability and the enormity of what Rory's legacy will be at this university?
Yeah.
You know, it's unbelievable to think about all the accolades that she has had throughout her time here. Not only her, but you look at what Madison Booker has been able to do. You look at the head coach, Vic Schaefer, and his ability to put together a winning team. And just like he said, 34 wins last year, or going over 34 wins. It was the most wins in Texas basketball history. Even when they had the perfect record, it stopped at 34. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now they have these other goals, and they were asked about what gives you the confidence that you could take home the title.
We have all the pieces. I think we had to come to heart after a few of our games that we subbed our toe in and realized what we have. We kind of talked about our strengths and weaknesses as a team. What is the best thing that we can do as a team? What is something that we could truly work on, the highest and the lowest part of it. And so I think we're all realizing we need to truly play to our strengths.
I think with this team, the leadership piece has really come on late in the year. Booker's really tried to be a voice, which we desperately needed. Rory's been here for 5 years. Kyla's voice is really a voice that's heard in practice as well.
Hardge, they're playing for each other.
Yeah.
And the best thing that I can do for you as my teammate is to give you my effort, to put it all on the line. Even when I'm tired, I'm going to hustle. I'm going to get my hands up. I'm going to move my feet. I'm going to do all the things that the coaches tell you to do. But I'm not just doing it for the coach. I'm doing it for Rory.
Yeah.
And that's what you owe her. I know we always say that, man, you don't owe me nothing, man. It's all good. We did. No. You do owe your teammates. I get so upset sometimes when we see
you talking financial, though. You say you don't owe me.
Stop it. I get so upset when I see somebody they can do and they don't, because maybe they didn't get the ball passed to them and they get the boo-boo phase.
Yeah.
Or they get the shot block and they don't get back on defense. You mentioned this the other day.
Yep.
You get your shot blocked, or you miss a shot, you fall down. The other team is in transition. Do the right things, and the women do.
That's right. That's why they have the chemistry, and that's what it's all about. Speaking of chemistry, Texas baseball had the right chemistry this weekend. Big weekend for the Horns on the
Yay.
diamond. But guess what? Coach Sloss had to shave that mustache. We'll talk about it right here on the morning kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app.
Don't miss the 2026 iHeart Country Festival, Saturday, May 2nd at the Moody Center. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Your slowest spot this morning is northbound on I-35 between Highway 45 and William Cannon. If you're heading this direction, plan for about 10 minutes to be added to your commute. But if you're just heading out the door, hopping on Mopac southbound, you're traffic-free from Breaker into downtown. And it takes 10 minutes on 360 southbound from Spicewood Springs to Bee Cave. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
Lights or appliances burning out too quickly? Call Abacus for a professional weather readiness power checkup for just $79 and have a licensed Abacus electrician inspect your home for electrical safety issues. When it comes to protecting your home and family, you can count on Abacus. License M20628.
The world's best bull riders. 1 shot, 8 seconds, no mercy. The rankest bulls in the sport are waiting. This is professional bull riding. Watch it live as we unleash the beast. This weekend from Indianapolis, only on Paramount Plus.
Join the Zone this Tuesday, St. Patrick's Day, with a live broadcast starting at 2 p.m. at the Rowdy Cowboy in Round Rock. A Texas-sized menu, 32 draft beers, 70 big screen TVs, and of course, the Rowdy Cowgirls. On the east side of I-35, just north of the 45 Loop. Let's get rowdy.
It's a sale. Right now, every service needed for your vehicle is on sale at any of the 3 Leaf Johnson Ford locations, Austin, Manor, and Buda. And we're wide open. Tires, brakes, oil changes for only $39.99 with synthetic blend oil, tire rotations, and alignments. You name it. Any of the 3 Central Texas locations have it on sale. Can't come see us? We'll come see you with our mobile van on most services, or we'll come pick it up and bring it back. Go to leafjohnson.com and pick your location and time. You'll love it at Leaf, Austin, Buda, and Manor.
The road to a national championship starts now, and every game matters. Download the new DraftKings Predictions app and make real money predictions on all the March tournament matchups. There's always something to predict. Will a 1 seed stay dominant? Will a Cinderella story bust brackets? Who survives and advances? Make your pick before tip-off or jump in live as the action unfolds. DraftKings Predictions is a new, easy-to-use app to predict the outcomes of sports and real-world events. Now available in California, Texas, Florida, and other states. Download DraftKings Prediction app today with code AM1300. New customers trade $5 and get 50 predictions dollars with promo code AM1300. Don't just feel it, predict it with DraftKings Predictions. The crown is yours. DraftKings Predictions is a CFTC registered introducing broker. Event contract trading involves substantial risk of loss. 1 per new customer. Opt-in required. Non-withdrawable predictions dollars expire in 1 year. Ends April 6, 2026. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. See terms at dkng.co/predictions promo.
The Spurs take on the Clippers tonight in LA. Dylan Harper will not play due to injury. NCAA tournament field is set. Duke is a top overall seed with Arizona, Michigan, and Florida the other number 1 seeds. Astros shut out the Marlins 1-0 in Grapefruit League play. Team USA beat the Dominican Republic 2-1. Will face either Venezuela or Italy in the World Baseball Classic title game Tuesday. I'm Ronta Moss.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Odoo.com.
Your business deserves tools to make you feel in control, not overwhelmed. With Odoo's all-in-one, easy-to-use platform, everything is together so you can focus on what matters. Start at Odoo.com today. That's ODOO.com.
iHeart's Yacht Rock Radio goes commercial-free every weekend. Enjoy the greatest 70s and 80s smooth soft rock all weekend. All commercial-free. High tide, low tide, no tide. Yacht Rock Radio works anywhere. Open the free iHeartRadio app, search Yacht Rock, and make it a preset now.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the OSAA, are the 99,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Oregon. And so we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible, because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Craig Way Show. Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. only on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
And the 1-2. Swung on and hit well. This ball to center field, and Federico can only watch it. Over the monster. Carson Tinney gives Texas a 2-0 lead. 2-2 the count to Borba with Pack at first. The pitch swung on and hit pretty well to left field. Going back is Federico, and that ball is gone over the Yeti yard. Casey Borba makes it 5-0 Longhorns. 3-2 again from Valantis. Strike 3 called. Got him with the big breaking ball. That's strikeout number 11 for Dillon. 2 on, 2 out for Texas here in the 6th. Runners are off, and they've got him picked off, but throws it away. Mansour, he just threw it away, did hooks, and the run will score, and Mendoza advances to third. The hooks had him, but he threw it kind of off balance and way off line. A 1-2. Swing and a miss. Cozart with his 5th strikeout to make it 6. And the Longhorns have a series win after dropping Friday night's game in heartbreaking fashion. They bounce back to win 2 out of 3 here at UFCU Dish Ball Field. 8-2 is your final score. Texas improves to 18-1, 2-1 in conference play. Ole Miss falls to 6-5 and 1-2 in the SEC.
Texas baseball goes out with a great performance yesterday with an 8-2 victory, winning the series after the Friday night loss in extra innings, 9-8. Saturday, Luke Harrison and the Horns win 11-2, but yesterday it was 8-2. Valantis with 11 strikeouts and a big performance by this Texas Longhorn baseball team. We have Coach Schlossnagle on the show every Thursday, and we noticed that he was growing a mustache. And Texas had won 16 in a row, and he said that he was going to grow the mustache out, and as long as they were winning, he was going to keep the mustache. Well, he didn't wait until even after the press conference on Friday to shave that lip lettuce that he talked about the other day. Got it shaved immediately. I mean, literally, the game was over. He went to go meet with the media, and the mustache was already shaved. Now they are already in a newer situation because they just won 2 games. He said if they win 5 games in a row, he would grow a mustache. So we're not done with this mustache, but Texas wins the series. They go to Auburn this weekend, but they do have a game Tuesday night, which I mentioned a little while ago, against the Tarleton State Texans, as they will come in and take on the Horns on Tuesday night. But Texas baseball is rolling, that pitching staff. The one thing that I'm sure Coach Schloss will talk about is making sure that they figure out that bullpen. Sam Cozart, the normal Tuesday starter. I say normal because that's what he's done over the last couple weeks. He starts on Tuesday. Well, he got a chance to pitch yesterday out of the bullpen and did an excellent job. You hear me, Mark?
Yeah, I can hear you. I thought.
Okay. I thought you was going to continue.
I thought you was going to play a sound. I didn't expect them to go undefeated, Hardge.
Yeah.
I didn't expect them to go undefeated. I'm glad they won the series. Like that. That's the important thing when you're trying to put together the record that Texas is trying to put out there. Like what they're trying to accomplish is not just being dominant in the SEC, but on a national landscape, and they've been doing that. And I think that Tarleton coming in, them receiving their first loss, they know how it feels, and they're not going to want that now. They're gonna get it together.
I just realized I just realized something. Mark would have been very talented at freeze tag because I thought he froze in real life. Like
that's why I was looking. I was like, is he frozen? I thought I was the one that would be the one frozen, but no, I was Mark playing freeze
all
tag.
the people that's watching us, that's on the streaming. I'm gonna freeze again. Just to give you a little sample.
Yeah, that's what it was all about right there. But Texas baseball, they're starting to hit the ball really, really well. I've still continued to be impressed with what I've seen from Anthony Pack Jr. All this dude does is go up there and have quality at bats every single time. Casey Borba, my guy, bang bang, he hit that thing. Casey Borba hit another big home run, timely home run, swung the bat well yesterday. Carson Tenney with the shot over the center field batter's eye, the second one of the season for him. This team is starting to roll throughout the lineup, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say anything about Jaden Duplantier. He's been doing an unbelievable job. He's getting his opportunities, playing right field, playing left field, coming in games and situations. He's doing an excellent, excellent job. And this team is figuring it out. Yes, they got their, punched in the face a little bit on Friday. I wouldn't even consider it a punch in the face. They took a loss.
That's what I was going to ask you, because you mentioned the bullpen. Like, what about that bullpen made that game more difficult than normal?
Well, I mean, just came out and gave up runs. Thomas Burns, who is one of my picks to click all the time, gave up 3 earned runs with no hits. You start to look around. Cal Higgins, another experienced guy, came out of the bullpen and gave up 2 runs. And then the young freshman, Brett Crossland, came in and gave up a run. But you start to look at this team, and again, they're trying to figure out who can handle which time of this. Do you try to figure out who's going to be the guy that could come in and take this opportunity? So Texas is finding their ways every single step of the way, but you got to be able to close out, because Ruger Riojas, he didn't have his best stuff. 3 earned runs on 6 hits and 4 1/3. He strike out 8, but still you got to make sure that consistently on the mound, when you go to somebody in the bullpen, that they can close some things out for you.
Well, Texas, they didn't have all their stuff that day, but baseball is a game where there's going to be days where you're not going to have all your stuff.
Then that's why your teammates got to battle for you. You talked about it. We're in this thing together, and they battled back. They tied it up, went to extras, and they scored 1 more run than Texas did. But they came back, they answered the call, and put on a real case to show you that how good they really, really are at this baseball thing. The chemistry is right. They're 2 in a row. Now they play Tarleton, and then for the weekend, they're headed to Auburn, War Damn Eagle, to take on the Auburn Tigers out there in Auburn, Alabama. So big wins for the Horns on the baseball side, and even bigger wins on the softball side. When we come back, we will talk softball as Texas softball continues to dominate the SEC at an early stage of it. But 6-0 is 6-0. And you know how they got there? By playing Ole Miss too. It's a Longhorns Monday edition. We're March Madness, baby. It is March Madness time.
You dancing.
Oh, we all dancing. But let me see if Cinderella going to have to turn back into a pumpkin sooner than later. We sure hope not. But we'll talk about it and so much more. We'll look at the brackets and everything else right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on that iHeartRadio app.
Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Craig Way Show.
In another life, I think I was one of the Pips.
Dreams don't always come true.
Good karaoke song for you.
Yeah, right. I can do the Pips part and somebody else do the Gladys Knight part.
Linda, you're up.
Yeah, right. She can sing. Me, not so much. Anyway, as I always said, I can carry a tune. I just don't know where to drop it.
Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m.
Don't miss the 2026 iHeart Country Festival, Saturday, May 2nd at the Moody Center. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Your slowest spot this morning is northbound on I-35 between Highway 45 and William Cannon. If you're heading this direction, plan for about 10 minutes to be added to your commute. But if you're just heading out the door, hopping on Mopac southbound, you're traffic-free from Breaker into downtown. And it takes 10 minutes on 360 southbound from Spicewood Springs to Bee Cave. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report sponsored by Odoo.com. All your business apps in one place. Your business deserves tools to make you feel in control, not overwhelmed. With Odoo's all-in-one, easy-to-use platform, everything is together so you can focus on what matters. Start at Odoo.com today. That's ODOO.com.
Hardge here, and it's March Madness at Cover Ford Hutto. This month, the savings are heating up, and the competition doesn't stand a chance. Right now, score $13,991 off MSRP on a new 2025 Ford F-150 Lightning Flash. Or drive away with a slam dunk and save $11,583 off of MSRP on a new 2025 Ford F-150 XLT. See dealer for details. Get championship-level trucks and SUVs backed by the legendary Covert Family Service. That's Covert Ford Hutto right off of 79 in Hutto. CovertFordHutto.com.
Start your day with Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal. The Instant Oatmeal ready to help you tackle whatever your day brings, like wrangling your toddler into their car seat. That was fun. Coaching your 6th graders soccer team. Go girls! And carrying all the groceries in one trip. Whew. Try Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal, granola, and bars. Great taste and a good source of protein. Quaker, bring out the good.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Before smartphones, there was MapQuest. Before GPS, there was MapQuest. Before Google Maps, there was MapQuest. And guess what? MapQuest is back. Now on your phone. No printer required. Download the MapQuest app on the App Store or visit MapQuest.com.
You know that water in our lakes is a precious resource that we can all work together as a community to save. Austin Water offers simple ways to use less and make a big impact around your home and yard. Find your watering day, explore rebates, and get more tips at austinwater.org.
From the Audio Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
In the Northeast, expect a mix of sun and clouds with cooler temperatures coming in behind the weekend system. Highs will range from the upper 30s across northern New England to the mid-40s further south. Partly sunny skies along the mid-Atlantic and the East Coast with temperatures mainly in the 40s to the low 50s. In the Southeast, temperatures will climb into the upper 60s to the low 70s under a mix of sun and clouds. A few isolated showers could develop along the Gulf Coast. A developing system in in the Midwest is bringing increasing clouds, gusty winds, and areas of rain, especially from Missouri and Illinois north into Wisconsin and Michigan. Some areas could even see a rain to snow mix in the northern Midwest. The plains remain breezy with scattered showers, especially across the central plains. Highs range from the 40s in the north to the 60s south. Mostly sunny and hot throughout the desert southwest, with highs reaching the low 90s. California has mostly sunny skies with temperatures in Northern California in the 70s. Southern California will see temperatures pushing 90. And clouds are increasing in the Pacific Northwest with periods of rain likely along the coast and west of the Cascades. That's your national forecast. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. Our blood runs orange.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on that iHeart Radio app. As you know, Texas baseball just won 2 out of 3 for Ole Miss. It was a big weekend for Ole Miss because of the fact that Texas basketball ends up losing to Ole Miss in the SEC tournament. Then Texas baseball is playing Ole Miss. They win 2 out of 3 from Ole Miss. But Texas softball continued their success by going 3-0 against Ole Miss this weekend. Tegan Cavan, another great weekend. Reese Atwood is starting to swing the bat. But this Texas softball team has continued to get things done, led by Coach Mike White. And for them to go out and sweep and now be 6-0 in the SEC to start it off in their first 2 weekends, this team is 26-1 and have won 24 straight games, Mark.
Man, you talk about impressive on both sides, but especially when you have a loss and you say, you know what, man, like we ain't getting down like that. And you go 24 in a row, that means they have the formula. They know what they do well, and they imposing their will on you. Because everybody's had a chance. I'm sure that they've had a moment where they had a breakdown.
Yep.
But it didn't affect them because everything else is on point.
Well, the other thing too, they went on Friday night 3-1, which was obviously a tough, tight ball game. Well, then they come back on Saturday and they rule them in 6 innings, go win the game 11-2, and then they win in 5 innings on Sunday 15-3. So this weekend you have given up 6 runs, and had 29. You scored 29. I mean, you can't ask for more than that. And then you go back to Wednesday when they played East Texas A&M. They won that game 10-1 in run rule fashion again. So you start to look at the power in which this team displays week in and week out, night in and night out. And oh yeah, you have Tegan Cavan on Friday night striking out 12 and only giving up 1 run in that ball game. You're looking at a team that with their best pitcher on the mound, they obviously know that they got a chance to win. And then you come back with 3 other pitchers on Saturday, Gutierrez, Salmon, and Hannah Wells, and you still find a way to get it done in run rule fashion. That is impressive. And then on Sunday, you come back with another group, the same ones that you had before, and they get it done. I mean, this is fun for this softball team to be able to go out there, like I said, night in and night out, and continue to show up every single time. Tegan Cavan is special.
Yeah.
8 hits the other day. She only had 3 strikeouts in the second time, but now she has moved to 11-0 on the season.
Hardge, isn't it usually you're one or the other? You're a power hitting team, or you're a pitching team that can really not allow a lot of runs, not a lot of on bases, keep a low on base percentage, or maybe you're just a small ball team. Let's just get a couple of bunts and a couple of rollers and get on base. Like, it seems to me like Texas has got all of those elements.
Yep. Texas has done a really good job of finding parts, just like in baseball, just like in football. you got to build around your nucleus. And if you can continue to grab a piece from here, grab a piece from there, and get your team to come together, that's what it's all about. I mean, you look at the recruiting class that Coach Mike White has gotten. You look at the recruiting as far as transfer portal. You find ways to complement a Tegan Kavan. You find ways to complement a Kate Stewart. You have Reese Atwood behind the plate. You have Leanne Good. You got Martinez back at shortstop after she was out for the entire year. Then you get those young players that Mike White has talked about trying to get those positions filled, and they compete every day. That's
Don't
what
leave
it's
Henry
all
out.
about. Huh?
I said, don't leave Henry out.
I thought you was already waiting on that one. I thought that was going to be your
Don't leave
go-to.
out the Kimpo.
But yeah,
I claim all the Henrys, especially when they're good.
Yeah, I was like, that's the easiest part about it, right? Like, oh yeah, that player is good. Yeah, so I'm taking that Henry one. But yeah,
Take a second real quick. Mark says he has some
breaking news. Oh my
right.
God, Hardge. I don't know if you just saw this, but the NBA just announced they're going to have the Board of Regents meeting with all the owners about.
Excuse me, they're called governors.
The governors meeting about in 2028 adding the Las Vegas team as well as the Seattle team. It's on paper now. It's official. They're working towards getting that done by 28.
Does this mean they move a team from the west to the east?
I don't know. I don't know what the arrangement is going to be. I just saw the breaking news alert, and
wait. Where did the breaking news alert come from?
What do you mean? Where did it come from?
Yeah, tell me, please, where it came from.
It wasn't no Sentinel, right?
No, it was not.
Yeah,
it was. Why are you?
Because
it was a CBS ad.
Okay, all right.
CBS is very, very.
You believe in CBS?
Yeah, I believe in them.
Okay.
If it was like Walmart University, then I wouldn't have said nothing.
Well, we go. I can't wait to see what happens then. They're talking about.
I'm
Vegas.
excited. I wanted the Seattle to have a team. I mean,
Seattle
Vegas
should have never lost the team.
They shouldn't have never lost it.
Yeah,
but it did happen. So do the right thing, and it looks like they're doing the right thing.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that in breaking news. We'll see how that plays out. But Texas softball
breaking news, false, fake news,
or fake news. We will find out. Texas softball will take a break from SEC action next Friday. They will go to Baylor, and they will play 2 games against Baylor. Friday they'll play at home against Baylor, and then they will go to Waco on Saturday against Baylor. Then they head down to San Marcos on the 25th to take on the Bobcats. And then they're back in the SEC action as they take on Texas A&M. The Aggies will be coming to Red and Charlene McCombs Field March the 27th through the 29th. So big time performances by this Texas softball team as they continue to get it done. But there's so much more to get into. I want to talk bracketology with my guy, Mark Henry. I want to get his thoughts on who he thinks is going to be the team to beat. Also, I want to check on Texas football as they had another practice. And Derek Cooper's name continues to pop up. And he's not just fast, he fast. And we will talk about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on a Longhorns Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Hey, it's Howie Mandel, and I am inviting you to witness history as me and my Howie Do It gaming team take on Gilly the King and Wallow 267's $1 million gaming right now at globalgamingleague.com. That's globalgamingleague.com. Everybody games.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return, but I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do?
My refund, though. I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay, things people love.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Flag football is exploding, and iFlag is leading the way. As the Guinness World Record holder, iFlag hosts premier flag football tournaments nationwide for boys, girls, high school girls, and adults. From first-time players to elite competitors, iFlag delivers top-level competition, unforgettable experiences, and a community built around the game. Ready to be part of it? Join the movement. Find your tournament and learn more at iflag.org. That's iflag.org.
Got a thought?
Just wanted to chime in.
No hold times here.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Tap the red talkback mic on the iHeartRadio app and send us a voice note instantly.
I do agree with that, yes.
A stress-free way to join the convo on your own time. Try it now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, this is Jamie Loftus, and this is my new weekly show, 16th Minute of Fame, the podcast where every episode I take a closer look at an internet character of the day. Who were they? What made them so notorious? How did the internet, or sometimes the algorithm, choose them? And what does a person do when they're suddenly confronted with more attention than the human psyche can handle? Take The Dress, a story that went uber viral in early 2015 in spite of being, well, kind of a boring optical illusion. A mother of the bride in Scotland took a picture of a dress she was thinking about wearing to her daughter's wedding. But she saw the dress as blue with black lace, and her daughter saw it as white with gold lace. One BuzzFeed post later, every single person on the internet was talking about the dress. But to me, the dress is a story about the last couple of months when the internet was still sort of fun. It was shortly before the stories that spread across the internet stopped being driven by exploited millennials with useless arts degrees and started being decided by algorithms hell-bent on growing internet usership at all costs. And on a long enough timeline, the story of the dress is one entangled with abuse and media exploitation. Internet history is a tricky thing to be invested in. It feels like every time a bad with business billionaire buys up another platform, history starts being erased. With the team at Cool Zone Media, we're taking these characters' 16th minute of fame to see what their moment meant to them and what it says about us.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and listen now.
From the Audiovisual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back for hour number 2 of the morning kickoff. March Madness, but it's the Longhorns Monday edition of the morning kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. Texas men and women are dancing, and they know that they have a lot in front of them as they try to make a run in the NCAA basketball tournament. Texas baseball and softball get series wins. The softball team sweeps Ole Miss, and the Longhorns win 2 out of 3 against the Rebels as they continue in the SEC. Mark, in the next segment, we'll talk Texas football. Big news on the 40 acres. Obviously, the Nike information was huge last week. For those that missed it, Nike has a bunch of Texas athletes that they are representing moving forward. But it is March Madness time, Mark. It is March Madness time,
Yes,
and the
sir.
brackets are out, and there's so many teams that are out there, so many tournaments that are out there, bracket challenges all over the place. But when you look at the NCAA and this bracket, who is the first team that you say wins the NCAA tournament?
Ooh. Hard. It's a hard question because we've seen a lot of the good teams go down.
Yeah.
I thought Florida was going to be better, and they got mollywopped. But the team that I look at as being the biggest threat to everybody, I think, is Arkansas. I think that Arkansas is peaking when everybody else is starting to falter a little bit. They run the floor. They're a well-conditioned team, and they have arguably the best player in all of college basketball. And he's yet to be shut down. He's like SGA. Every night he can give you everything. So, yeah, I'm gonna pick Arkansas.
All right. Well, I look at the East and I look at what Duke has to go through as the #1 overall seed. They did Duke no favors. Duke will open up against Siena in a 1 versus 16 matchup, but then they will play the winner of Ohio State and TCU. And if they get past that, St. John's and Kansas are expected to get through, and that will be another matchup. Then you have Louisville on the bottom side of that. You have Louisville taking on South Florida. South Florida is one of the highest scoring teams, getting a bunch of steals. From what my son DJ, who has done a lot of research on all these teams, he told me yesterday. Michigan State is another team that is scary, that
They're
can
up
be
there.
in there. And then you got UConn. So that is, if they make it to the Elite Eight Final Four part of this, they got a tough road to hoe. Now, to your point, Florida, they'll play Prairie View A&M Lehigh winner. Then they will play the winner of Clemson and Iowa. But then you got Vanderbilt, who is scoring buckets on top of buckets on top of buckets, and they scared Arkansas for a little bit.
Yes, man. Where did that come from? Because like Texas did them dirty.
Yeah, Texas caught them at the right time. I mean, you said it earlier. It's just a matter of timing and when you play these teams. So when you get to that point, you start to look at it a little bit differently. So it's going to be a interesting, probably the toughest brackets for everyone to fill out. Obviously, nobody has really done a perfect bracket, and
It's never been done before, right?
No, it has never been done before.
Come on, let's do it. Let's get together.
One?
Let's get together today. Between you and I, we can't fail, man. We winning.
I believe that we're winning. I just don't know if we'll be perfect, brother.
Hey, listen, if we strive for perfection, we'll wherever we fall.
If we strive, we're going to be pulling some hamstrings. And that's what's going to end up.
I said strive, not stride.
Oh, I thought you was trying to get us to run.
No.
Okay.
Uncle Willie Ray, I learned that a long time ago. My Uncle Willie Ray thought he could outrun all of us when we were kids and tore his damn hamstring. And it was the funniest thing I saw.
Yeah, well, we ain't doing that. But what we will do,
running with nobody.
What we can do, we'll look at it and see if we can come up with a formula, because basketball is so unpredictable.
What would you base it on first? On wins in the season, star power of the players on your team, defensive ratio. What would be the number one thing that you would base your bracket on?
Mascots and color of uniforms.
Oh, we ain't gonna win like that. We need science.
That's gonna be a.
He almost made me cuss.
That's gonna be a
I don't
16-year-old.
even want to. I don't want to do it with him now.
There's gonna be a 16-year-old girl with the in like minute South Dakota with the #1 bracket after week 1.
Yeah, because she went with the mascots and the team colors. That's what it's all about, man. I saw a thing the other day, the Catamounts out of Vermont. I was like, "What is that?"
What is it?
But I'm picking them because that name is
Catamounts.
Yeah, the Catamounts. So we'll see what ends up happening. But as you look at these brackets and you try to break down who is in and who is out, every time I look at these teams, you're looking at some tough matchups and somebody that's missing some star power. You look at Michigan. Michigan gets beat yesterday. I mean, Michigan wins yesterday, but you start to look at some of these other teams and you're like, okay, well, that's a tough matchup. And just like with Texas. So Texas plays in this 11 matchup between Texas and NC State. Well, the winner gets BYU. And remember, we played BYU before. And things did not go well. Matter of fact, it was at my birthday party that you came to when we were at Dave and Buster's and Texas was playing BYU, and I tried to get the people to turn the thing off.
All them dudes was 38.
Well, they got an 18-year-old that plays like he's a seasoned vet in DePansta.
He'll be the second pick in the draft.
Yes. So you start looking at, okay, what is Texas's road? And you know the diehards. We're always going to pick them. But is your bracket already busted?
Oh, I'm going to find out as soon as the show is over. I'm going to fill out my bracket, and I'll send it to you, and I'll post it on my social media. The Mark Henry on everything. I want to see what yours. You're going to post yours, right? Huh? If you can, you can hear. Yeah, I want it posted because I don't want you trying to skate on the fact that, I put that on there yesterday. No, you put that on there today. That don't count.
That would have been the perfect time for you to go freeze on us.
Hey, go be like,
you should have freezed up on us. I'm feeling good about the teams that I looked at last night when they came out with the selection. I think I got a good beat on it.
It's gonna be interesting.
I just got to find out injuries now. I didn't do an injury report. That's the only thing I haven't done.
Well, see, that's the thing with Texas Tech. Remember, Texas Tech was one of those teams that at the beginning of the year you thought they had an opportunity. Well, they end up losing Toppin. He ends up getting hurt. And then their other guard, he slips on that floor with the LED lights and things start to change a little bit. So we'll see what his injury report is all about. But I am with you when it comes to that. You got to figure out who's going to be healthy, who's not going to be healthy. And that sometimes can play a factor. Another factor is where they playing these games as far as depth perception. You go and play in these big arenas. A lot of people can't see and don't know what they're doing all the time. So I'm excited. I can't wait. It starts tomorrow night. Texas will be the last game of the night tomorrow night. Man,
fill your bracket out today, Hardge. I don't want to hear it.
You don't have the tournament don't start till Thursday.
Yeah, but I want to see your bracket before it starts.
I will post it on Thursday. I'll post it Thursday morning before the first game.
No.
I got to do my research, man. I'll be on the plane today. I'll be doing some research. So I'll let you know when I post it, but I will post it. Coming up next, we're going to talk Texas football as some playmakers are being found out on the 40 acres. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on the Longhorns Monday edition on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. And always free on that iHeart Radio app.
the voice of the Horns. Craig Way on 1300 The Zone. Weekdays at 2.
Our 2026 iHeart Podcast Awards are happening live at South by Southwest.
And the winner is...
Watch live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, free at Veeps.com or the Veeps app. And hear it here at 11 p.m.
Bring the good with avocados from Mexico. Whether you're listening, snacking, or simply enjoying the moment, spark the joy with every bite. Bring the good flavor, rich and craveable.
Avocados from Mexico.
Always good.
Don't miss the 2026 iHeart Country Festival, Saturday, May 2nd at the Moody Center. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
The left lane is blocked off by a wreck on I-35 southbound at Highway 130. You're backed up here from 195. There's also reports of debris going the opposite direction, I-35 northbound at FM 150 in the right lane. And the drive over on Mopac northbound is crystal clear this morning from Davis Lane to Cesar Chavez. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up at truegreen.com and get your first application for $9.95. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Let the pros do the work so you can enjoy your weekend. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
There's always that one fan during tournament time. The I had him guy. Underdog wins? Yeah, I had him. The buzzer beater? Called it. 12 seed knocks off the favorite, told everybody. The funny thing is, his bracket always says otherwise. But hey, grab a Bud Light and let that guy continue to celebrate any way he likes. Because Bud Light is the official domestic beer of Texas basketball. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Please enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
For over 30 years, CertaPro Painters has been part of countless memories. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters. With care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home, beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Before smartphones, there was MapQuest. Before GPS, there was MapQuest. Before Google Maps, there was MapQuest. And guess what? MapQuest is back. Now on your phone. No printer required. Download the MapQuest app on the App Store or visit MapQuest.com.
Are you one of the 7% of adults in the United States who are searching for an alternative to sleeping in a bed? Then let me introduce you to Zecliner, the revolutionary recliner designed by FlexSteel. The Zecliner, meticulously engineered with restful sleep in mind, making it an ideal bed alternative. A healthy life starts with a healthy night's sleep. Zecliner is more than just a recliner. It's a personalized comfort experience. It features multiple power adjustments like recline, headrest, lumbar, zero gravity, reducing pressure on your body, tech integrations like charging ports for easy modern living. We know life can be messy, stressful. That's why Zecliner is upholstered in a moisture and stain-resistant fabric. Perfect for all-day enjoyment, even homes with pets and kids. Zecliner, a complete sleep solution. Get started. Unmatched comfort. Zecliner.com/Dan Patrick today to find a Zecliner at a store near you.
This is Jim. Hello. Jim started advertising with iHeartRadio way back in April. And now...
I have customers out the door.
And this is Sarah.
Hi.
She started putting a portion of her marketing dollars in podcasting back in June.
Business is booming. That's why I'm working on a Saturday.
Want to be like Jim and Sarah? It's easy. All you have to do is own or manage a business and reach out to iHeart. Get started today at 844-844-iHeart or iHeartAdvertising.com.
You know you need fiber for a healthy gut, but do you actually know how to get it? Quaker's been serving up fiber since 1877, with over 100 great-tasting, good source of fiber options to choose from. Whether you like old-fashioned oats, instant oatmeal, granola, or oatmeal squares, Quaker makes it delicious. So good. Get your fiber with Quaker. Shop Quaker's good source of fiber products at a store near you.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on that iHeart Radio app. Texas football back at it again, getting busy on the football field. And I continue to wonder how this running back room is going to evolve, Mark Henry, because you start to look at who's there and the true meaning of those guys that are in that running back room. You look at the Smothers and Brown coming in to replace two-back CJ Baxter and Trey Wisner in a running back room that had some struggles a little bit, not too much, man. But you start to look at Derek Cooper and the expectations of that young man, one of the top running backs in the country coming out of high school. We talked about the offensive line, and that's going to be the work. But that running back room with Jabbar Jabrook, the running back coach coming in as well. Yeah, hot you. But for him to be able to come in and already see the change and the energy in that room is something that Texas fans should be excited about.
Man, I'm looking at the Steph Curry effect. Everybody knows Steph Curry can shoot, right? You know that he can shoot. He set all the records. He's done everything. That's how playing running back is. Some people are born with it. You either have it or you don't. And when you have a guy that's 6 feet tall, plus 205 pounds, that can run a 4.40, if you teach him the things that he doesn't already know, which as a freshman, there's going to be a lot of things that he doesn't know. He could end up being the guy that surprises everybody, and we see him march out on the field as the number one back. Now, I'm not saying that I've seen something, because I haven't. But what I do know is playing running back is an art form. Like, it's instinct, vision, power, acceleration, and sometimes you got to have a little I don't care about your defense. I'm going to punch y'all in the mouth as much as y'all want to punch me in mine. And if he has that in him, Hardge, that's the best weapon that Arch could have.
Well, especially when you have those different types of playmakers. You talked about it. Raleek Brown, the running back, 5'9", 190, transferred in. And then you look at Hollywood Smothers, 5'11", 195. And then you go to Derek Cooper, 6'1", 210 running back. And as you mentioned, can run it for real.
Like,
you start looking at this team. Yeah, like this team has some explosive plays. And oh yeah, Jermaine Bishop Jr. is another guy that continues to get a lot of buzz from not only pro people, but obviously the people that are here on the 40 acres. Now they get to go on the break. They get some time to regroup. And then we go back to the defensive side of the ball. What exactly is Will Muschamp's defense going to present to some of these players that are learning that position?
Well, I think there's a lot of people that you don't know about. We know about the guy Biles and guys that were brought in here to be starters, but we don't know about the Marcus Boswells. We don't know about Atkinson. You asked me the other day, hey man, there's another guy that they talking about playing linebacker. They say he's a beast. And I was like, Hardge, they're not going to bring anybody here that doesn't have some kind of special trait. And that they think that they can, I can teach him and then he's going to be a superstar. That's why you bring him here.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is what Will Muschamp is going to do, especially at the cornerback position, which I think was the crux of University of Texas defense last season. They did not play close enough, or they didn't play bump and run and throw guys off their routes, which would give you more time for your defensive ends and linemen to get to the quarterback. And a lot of people like to say it from the reverse standpoint. Oh, you got to have a good rush. You got to have this. Is going to make the timing for the cornerbacks less. No, I believe that if you have a balanced system and you have guys that can actually mirror, which is the term that's used, Rod Babers was so good at it. Put your hands on them. You go this way, I go that way. Like,
right.
The whole point is to get off the line of scrimmage to get into your route. If Malik Muhammad is in front of you and he's allowed to play bump and run, which he will in the NFL, you watch, Malik Muhammad will be a better corner in the NFL than he was in college because of what's going to be expected out of it. Texas has a defense now that's going to emphasize that.
Yeah, and one of the other part of this too is going to be the special teams aspect of this. We haven't had a lot of conversations about special teams and the expectation. A lot of changes have happened. They've gotten a new kicker, new deep snapper, new punter. They've gotten pretty much everything new for
except
this
for the return man.
Well, return man is going to be there, and that's your guy, Ryan Niblett, and what he's been able to do. Yeah, I think he's good to go.
Bishop might take a couple of reps from him.
And I have no problem with that. I have no problem from what we've heard. Now, we got to see it all in play for Texas, but this is a total overhaul of this football team, and they've made some good choices. Hopefully, they've made some great choices once we get a chance to see them. We obviously talked about the quarterback position and what KJ Lacey has been able to do in his time. Dia Bell has spoke with the media as he too was one of the Nike athletes that have been endorsed by Nike, and he's getting as many reps as he possibly can. But this is going to be a team that a lot of folks look at, and the expectation is national championship or bust. I believe that's what it always is here at the University of Texas.
Yeah, it's always, there's no pressure.
But now
they're like that.
Now they're in a position to where it has to happen because there's been a lot of conversation about this team, the moves that are being made, and where this team is headed during this offseason.
Well, I think that we all know, Hardge, that with Arch being healthy and the way that he played the last 5 games of the season, if you can protect him, then the offense is going to be great. You bring in a running backs and wide receivers that were all conferences performers where they were upgrades. Is elementary. 1 + 1. You bring in better players and play with better players, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
The whole thing that we got to understand is nobody questioned Coach Sark other than inside the 20. If Coach Sark changes just a few calls inside the 20, Texas makes the playoffs last year. So there's that to be said as well. Like, so I think that across the board, Texas is upgraded, and Coach Sark is going to be more comfortable with taking chances because he knows he's going to get the ball back more. Like there's just a lot of factors that are above you and I's pay grade that is going to make that a better team.
Yeah, the expectations, as I said, is championship or bust, but you definitely want to be in the SEC championship game, get a chance to win that, and you never know what's going to happen, but give yourself that opportunity. We're still a ways away from that, but we're working towards that, and I believe that this Texas football team is made the right moves so far this offseason to present themselves as that team that will be preseason either 1, 2, or 3 coming into it because of Arch Manning coming back and those pieces that you mentioned of being picked up. And oh yeah, they did some things on the coaching staff, Jabbar Jalouk. How about that?
Good. Look at you.
Yeah.
So proud of you. I don't know what to do.
Well, you know what to do, because coming up right now, we're going to bring the world's strongest man, as he's going to bring us his world's strongest take right here on the Longhorns Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Don't miss the 2026 iHeart Country Festival, Saturday, May 2nd at the Moody Center. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Earlier troubles have been taken care of on I-35 southbound. All lanes are back open at Highway 130. Some very minor brake taps on I-35 northbound this morning. You're slow from Highway 45 to William Cannon, but things are moving right along on the southbound side of 183, where it's under 5 minutes, making that change from Highway 45 to Duval. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up at TrueGreen.com and get your first application for $9.95. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Let the pros do the work so you can enjoy your weekend. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Hi, this is Tom McKay, owner of Audiovisual Consultations. Today's home electronics can be a bit daunting. My company has spent the last 38 years making sure they are not. We carry all major brands of television and stereo equipment at prices you can't find in stores, and you don't have to leave your house. We come to you. I believe in having fun and dreaming big. If you have a dream for your home entertainment, let me know. I can make that dream come true. Anything from theaters to multi-room audio systems, lighting control, computer networks, hell, even golf simulators. We cultivate clients for a lifetime by treating everyone like their family. And we provide everything at incredibly competitive prices and install it seamlessly into your home. So relax, hug your kids, make love to your wife, and smile. Then give us a call at 512-255-8678. It's 512-255-8678 or online at avconsultations.com.
Join the Zone this Tuesday, St. Patrick's Day, with a live broadcast starting at 2 p.m. at the Rowdy Cowboy in Round Rock. A Texas-sized menu, 32 draft beers, 70 big screen TVs, and of course, the Rowdy Cowgirls. On the east side of I-35, just north of the 45 Loop. Let's get rowdy.
It's Matt and Bowen here from Las Culturistas. Celebrating 10 years of the podcast, we were joined by a very special guest, Nicole Kidman.
Download and listen on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The world's best bull riders. One shot, 8 seconds. No mercy. The rankest bulls in the sport are waiting. This is professional bull riding. Watch it live as we unleash the beast. This weekend from Indianapolis, only on Paramount Plus.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Mostly clear and windy at times today. Here's a red flag warning underway. Look for a high today only in the upper 50s. We'll return to the upper 60s for a high tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
Need a new AC? Austin Energy's Home Energy Savings Program can help with rebates averaging $2,000 on whole home energy improvements. Call or visit abacusplumbing.com today for a free home energy savings project estimate. M20628.
I'm Miles Turner.
And I'm Brianna Stewart.
And our podcast, Game Recognized Game, has never been done before.
Two active players giving you a real look at our lives and what we actually think on and off the court. We talk tanking. I might get in trouble for this answer, but I think it's definitely happening in the WNBA.
We talk about our mistakes too. They pulled me to the side and was like, hey man, we got a call last night and you can't be rolling around the city like this the night before games. Open your free iHeartRadio app. Search Game Recognized Game and listen now.
Back to Hardge and Henry in the morning kickoff on 1300 The Zone.
That's what I do! That's what I do! You heard it. That's what he do. World's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, and recognized as the world's strongest man. The Mark Henry brings you his world's strongest take. Take it away, big fella.
Hardge?
Yes.
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for the world's strongest take by the world's strongest man. Marcus. Back then, they didn't know me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Here we are again, guys. Another edition of the world's strongest take. And I'm excited. And it's been a long time since I was excited like I am. And with all the basketball talk, and we have the March Madness in full effect, but we also are going to have the richest draft in the NBA in a very, very long time. And the guy that I want to talk about has a doppelganger. Not so much in the way they look, but in the play style, the way that they play. And that's Darius Acuff, the guard for Arkansas, who over the last 10 games has averaged 23 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, 1 steal, and 2 turnovers. So when you are ball dominant and you handle the ball, Jalen Rose was one of those guys. Allen Iverson was one of those guys that put up those type of numbers in college. But the difference between Allen Iverson and Darius Acuff is size. Allen Iverson, they say he was 6 feet. Allen Iverson may not have been 6 feet. He may have been 6 feet with shoes. But Darius Acuff is 6'3" barefoot. And when you're 6'3", 200 plus pounds, and you go to the basket like he does, it's going to be even easier in the NBA. And I'm going to explain to you why I'm saying that it's going to be easier for him in the NBA than it is in college. And that is because of the illegal defense. In college, Darius Acuff is averaging this ridiculous scoring and percentage of scoring with the zone defense. You cannot do that in the NBA. It's illegal. You have to play man-to-man. The only other option is to move your bigs out the perimeter and clear the lane, which teams elected not to do against Philadelphia because Allen Iverson would run by those guys like a laser beam. Darius Acuff is the same guy, y'all, except bigger. He shoots the ball just as at the same clip. He's actually a better percentage shooter at 56.7% than Allen Iverson was in college at 55%. And when you saw what happened to Allen Iverson when he went to the pro, it was a blur. Allen Iverson averaged his first 10 years 29.7 points a game. He had 2 seasons where he went above 30 points a game. Darius Acuff is going to be one of those guys. He will be the first pick in the draft. The upside for him as the game changes to the NBA is going to be dramatically different. Listen, I'm all for the other guys, but this is the piece that we'll be talking about. Boozer is going to be great. Esbansta is going to be great. Banks is going to be great. But this is the ultimate piece, and that's my take. Hardge, what say you?
That's interesting that you compared him to Allen Iverson, and I'm just curious to is it the explosiveness, the way that he's been able to get off here lately? And I know that Sean Miller has believed that he has been one of the best players in the country, but ones that a lot of people weren't talking about. But he, to me, is a little bit more than AI. I think he's more of a Darren Williams type of guard. I think because of his size, his bigness, and being able to finish around the rim, the way that he's been able to move and lead that team. And they put him on his back. I mean, he put the team on his back after a while, but he has some complementary pieces. I do believe he's going to be talented enough. I think he should be the number 1 overall pick, not because Sean Miller brought that to our attention, but if you go back and watch the way he's progressed throughout the season, learning under Calipari and being able to lead, I think he's a special, special talent that will be even better, just like you said, in the NBA.
Well, the reason that I said what I said, Hardge, is he's going to get to the basket easier because he's going to be playing one-on-one with guys. And if he's going to always have a screener or a pick play ran for him. And he's so fast to get to, and he's willing to get to the basket. And that's in college, he's doing this in a zone probably 70% of the time.
Yeah.
What is it going to look like when you can't have a center stand in the middle of the floor?
Yeah.
He's gonna look like Superman in the NBA.
Well, I'm sure that whoever gets him is going to be very, very excited about his ability to learn, to really push the envelope with some of these other guys, because what we've seen from him has been special. He put that team on, like I said, on his back and willed them to that championship, which was like, wow, man, this is a different type of player when you put it all together. I just look at him and I really, really try to understand, like, where did this come from? Like, how did more people not know
of the
about
season?
How did more people not know him?
I don't know. I think that the Coach Calipari unlocked it. I think that, you need to take responsibility for the team. You're the point guard. There's a lot of guys that they dummy down because they want to be friends with their teammates. They relegate themselves to, I'm going to play a role. But there are some guys, Hard, you know what I'm talking about. There's some guys, the Jimmys and Joes, when they walk in the locker room, we know they the best guy.
Right.
And he didn't abide to that. It took for him about 10 games for him to realize, oh, wait a minute, I am Superman.
Yeah.
And we know who he is now. The glass is off.
Hey, and if you don't know, now you know. When we come back, We're going to hear from Sean Miller. They get ready for a big matchup tomorrow night that can be heard on 98.1 KVET. But we're going to hear what Sean had to say about advancing in the field of 68 and what it's like to play Will Wade's team again. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app.
Phones, laptops, cars, smart speakers. I use the iHeartRadio app. All devices, all the time. Your home for the horns. 1300 The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you'll need.
Earlier troubles have been taken care of on I-35 southbound. All lanes are back open at Highway 130. Some very minor brake taps on I-35 northbound this morning. You're slow from Highway 45 to William Cannon, but things are moving right along on the southbound side of 183, where it's under 5 minutes, making that change from Highway 45 to Duval. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up at TrueGreen.com and get your first application for $9.95. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Let the pros do the work so you can enjoy your weekend. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Hardge here, and spring break starts now at Covert Chevy Hutto. Sunshine, road trips, and fresh starts are calling your name. If you're ready for an upgrade, we've got you covered. Right now, get $10,750 off MSRP on a new 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 RST, or roll in the spring in style with $11,627 off MSRP on a new 2026 Chevy Equinox EV RS. See dealer for details. Windows down, music up, zero stress. This March, do more than take a trip. Take an upgrade. That's Covert Chevy Hutto right off of 79. CovertChevyHutto.com. Together, let's drive.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Start your day with Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal. The instant oatmeal ready to help you tackle whatever your day brings, like wrangling your toddler into their car seat. That was fun. Coaching your 6th graders soccer team. Go girls! And carrying all the groceries in one trip. Whew. Try Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal, granola, and bars. Great taste and a good source of protein. Quaker. Bring out the good.
You know that water in our lakes is a precious resource that we can all work together as a community to save. Austin Water offers simple ways to use less and make a big impact around your home and yard. Find your watering day, explore rebates, and get more tips at austinwater.org.
It's getting wild on the court, and Specs has the assist to take this tournament to a legendary new level. You know the drill. Stock up on delicious finds for every tip-off, upset, and overtime thriller. When you score savings with Specs, it's nothing but net. Don't wait for the buzzer. Run the perfect play with Specs wines, spirits, and finer foods. The lowest prices in Texas.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger. Everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Howie Mandel, and I am inviting you to witness history as me and my Howie Do It gaming team take on Billy the King and Wallow 267's $1 million gaming in an epic Global Gaming League video game showdown. 4 rounds, multiple games, 1 winner, plus a halftime performance by multi-platinum artist Travie McCoy. Watch all the action and see who wins and advances to the championship match against Neo right now at globalgamingleague.com. That's globalgamingleague.com. everybody game.
Texas Stars fans, your new favorite debit card has arrived. Introducing the official Texas Stars debit card from Austin Telco Federal Credit Union. With perks like discounted tickets, a preseason meet and greet, and more. Order your Texas Stars debit card by March 31st, and you could win 4 club-level tickets to the April 17th game. Open an ATFCU True Checking or True Earnings checking account and add your card today. Visit atfcu.org/Texas Stars to learn more. Sweepstakes terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Imagine if every child learned kindness the way they learn math or reading. At kindness.org, our Learn Kind curriculum is a free science-backed K-8 social-emotional learning program designed to build self-awareness, empathy, and relationship skills through inquiry and real-world kindness. With just $25, you become a kind maker, giving 10 children access to Learn Kind and helping shape kinder classrooms across the country. It is simple, it is powerful, and it starts with you. Visit kindness.org to join the Kind Maker campaign. Teach kindness, spread kindness, become a kind maker.
This is the highlight of my morning. Hey, what's up? It's Island.
And I'm Josh.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit is that it's our go-to morning comfort.
You've got that nice golden fluffy egg
With a soft, flaky biscuit,
crispy bacon.
melty cheese.
You want something quick, you want something convenient, but most of all, you want something good.
There's no better way to start your morning.
There we go.
Start off the morning with a Chick-fil-A bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit with Simply Orange Juice. Order on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Hey, it's Coach Sark. Now back to the morning kickoff with Hardge and Henry on your radio home for the Longhorns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always
We miss
free
you hard
on the iHeart Radio app. Yeah, it's a little different. I'm gonna be on the road this week. We got some Eric Henry of Horns 247. We got Jake Herman sitting in for me, but I'll be back. When you see me, I'll be back again. I'll be back.
Well, it's different with you not in the building because I've been having to pick on Marcus since you're not here. Poor Marcus.
Hey, I wanted to get into this too because the World Baseball Classic was outstanding. USA ends up defeating the Dominican Republic last night 2-1 in a great pitchers matchup. You got all that star power, 2 solo home runs by the US of A and a solo home run by the Dominican. By the way, the Dominican team broke the record for most home runs in a World Baseball Classic with 15, but they did it in a losing manner as USA moves on to take on the winner of Venezuela and Italy, as that matchup will take place tonight.
Let me ask you a question, Hardge. Do you want Venezuela or do you want Italy because of the revenge factor?
Well, obviously I don't want Italy because they're pounding the baseball right now. And so much rather play Venezuela because I want to see some of those guys play, the passion of all that, but it doesn't even really matter. I'm just glad to see that the USA team was able to get out of some of those tough areas. We saw some great defensive plays again by Bobby Witt Jr. at shortstop. You saw Julio Rodriguez in center field, robbing Aaron Judge of a home run, and then Judge actually throwing out Fernando Tatis Jr. with an absolute laser to third base. We got a chance to see baseball at a very high level, and there will be a new team to win the World Baseball Classic because Japan got beat, and so they are out of the running for this. So big time stuff by everyone that's involved, and it was even more special for Paul Skeens, who served for the U.S. Air Force, went to Air Force before transferring to LSU, paid for the Air Force team to come to the game in Houston, had them stick around because they were already playing in the area, but paid for them to stay, got them all into the game. So a very, very cool story when it comes to representing the country. And the US of A now will get a chance to play for the championship tomorrow night. Speaking of tomorrow night, Texas men's basketball, we're dancing. They will be taking on North Carolina State, a team that they have played before, ended up beating them early in the season. But Coach was asked about being part of that 68, and was he a little nervous?
You know, it goes without saying we're thrilled to be a part of the NCAA tournament. Me personally, I never take that for granted going back as far as when I played in college at the University of Pittsburgh. It's a moment like very few. It's just the culmination of so much hard work and handling adversity and triumph and the togetherness that a long, grueling season can build. And, you hope that the reward at the end is having the opportunity to be a part of that field and advance and get that thrill, which is second to none in all of sports. Our guys have been in UD Arena. They've been in the city of Dayton, and they kind of know what this first four feels like. Obviously we're playing an opponent that we respect a great deal, but we've played each other this year. So I think there's familiarity on both sides. We've actually followed NC State very closely this year. I'm sure they did the same thing with us because that we've matched up earlier in the year.
And then he was asked about playing against Will Wade, coaching against Will Wade once again.
Well, they didn't finish as strong. Maybe you could say the same thing about us, to the question, and I just answered. But they are really, really explosive on offense. That's what really sticks out for me. In Maui, that was a long time ago. They scored, I think, in the second half, maybe as many as 60 points against us. And they do it through just great balanced scoring. I think they have 4 players that average around 13 a game, and they have really good depth. Obviously, they're a very, connected team offensively, and they have, I feel like when they play well, they have great firepower, great scoring punch to the game. So, look, they're familiar with us. We're familiar with them because we've played. I don't think that's any advantage to us or them. Yeah, it's going to be a heck of a game.
I have no doubt about it. It's going to be a heck of a game. Before we let you go, Mark, today is Austin 316, but it's going to be San Antonio 316 for Stone Cold Steve Austin. I know that
We'll
you
be
guys
on Monday Night Raw tonight.
You can get a chance to go down and hang out with him and get a chance to see him. I do want to say
I'm taking Marcus with me.
One of the greatest interviews that I've ever done, and I tell people that all the time. They ask me. It was when you got us Steve Austin a few years ago with myself and Chip Brown. We were doing The Bottom Line right here on Sports Radio AM 1300, and we thought he was just going to be in there for a couple of minutes. He sat there and talked to us for 45 minutes, and by the time I left, I had already took an elbow and had jumped across the wall. So, I mean, I'm still recovering from that.
You're lucky to be recovered. A lot of people never.
He didn't have his knee braces, so I was good. Yeah, he didn't have his knee braces, so I was good. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the morning kickoff this week. Is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be out starting in about 15 minutes, and then I'll be back on Friday. They got a special show tomorrow afternoon from the Rowdy Cowboy once again. But, of course, you can hear our guy Mark Henry and Marcus tomorrow morning with Eric Henry of Horns 247, and then with our guy Jake Herman later in the week, and I'll be back on Friday. So for Mark, for Marcus, for me, Hardball Hardge, I want to say don't believe everything you see, folks, because even salt looks like sugar. Have a good one. Peace.
The road to a national championship starts now, and every game matters. Download the new DraftKings Predictions app and make real money predictions on all the March tournament matchups.